In connection with the coronavirus pandemic, educational institutions have been transferred to distance learning. Our project is aimed at analyzing the impact of the learning style on the ability of students to perceive information and remain immersed in the learning process. Our team prepared a report based on the preference of the interviewed student and made appropriate conclusions. Let's take a closer look at this topic. 96% of students have already had experience in distance learning before university. This means we can get more accurate data on distance learning and how it can affect us as learners.
How many hours do you spend with electronic devices for learning? Distance learning allows you to acquire knowledge without leaving your home or dorm. You can receive information online and send it in the same way. This, of course, is very convenient and allows you to spend less time to some extent. However, more than 50% of students spend more than 6 hours learning using electronic devices, which affects their health. Also, many do it not of their own free will, but because it cannot be avoided. Therefore, a little over 10% do not want to study at all. What kind of problems do you have with online learning platforms? Because of online learning, the very process of getting education is deteriorating. The most popular problems in distance learning are connection problems, lack of motivation, and some physiological problems. Of course, this cannot but affect academic performance and interest in learning.
Has the motivation to learn dropped? Motivation dropped in 68% of students, and their desire to learn decreased. They lose interest in their studies and see no motivation to study important and necessary subjects. Thus, academic performance decreased or increased during distance learning. For more than 60% of students, academic performance is either not affected or even increased. However, in almost 40% it fell, which can be associated with distance learning and its impact on the various aspects of learning. Do you skip more lessons during distance learning? Fortunately, 65% of students did not start missing more lessons. However, out of the 35 that was left, the majority began to do it and did not attend online lessons or do it partially.
Do you turn on the camera at lessons? Do you feel more comfortable with camera turned on? 61% do not turn on the camera during online classes, and 34% do not always. This can be attributed to the fact that 92% of respondents do not feel confident enough with the camera turned on, which causes discomfort and impairs their academic performance. Do you prefer to study remotely or at a university? For some time, our team has been collecting and analyzing the responses of the surveyed participants. We concluded that 64% of students are dissatisfied with distance learning and would like to attend university. We believe that the main reasons are a lack of proper discipline and self-organization, unwillingness to spend a lot of time at a computer or other devices, as well as the problems with the internet. Based on the results of the survey, it comes to mind that the simplest solution may be cohesion, openness, and friendliness in the student community. Do your faculty members know what to look for in identifying emotionally struggling students? Especially, do they know how to connect the students to help? Is there an enhanced institution-wide atmosphere of generosity, support, tolerance, and grace in this COVID time? What are you doing to help address this slowly unfolding crisis?